Hi beautiful souls, just a quick little reading today. I felt for the collective today, the reading is going to be about what direction. What direction am I needing to lean into? So I've created a spread around that. So it's about what direction am I needing to really push and lean into? Where am I heading? What direction? And what inner strength do I need to draw from? And what am I needing to let go in order to really be fruitful within moving into this new direction? So when we look at what direction am I needing to lean into, we have the Empress, and the undercurrent of this energy is surprise. So really looking at, we're needing to lean into that Empress energy. It's 3, it's the number 3, it's creation, it's the energy of fertility and creating and birthing and bringing new things into the world. However and whatever your plans are and where you're going, you need to be leaning into this energy of fruitfulness. We see this mother deer here, she's made a home out of what's available to her, so that's really the energy that you're needing to lean into. Look at the resources around you, what are available to you, and make good use of them. She's made a wreath around her head, which is something that's not really necessary, but it's just showing this energy that be resourceful about what's around you, what you can tap in and draw into, and come at this energy with such a love and desire for just really creating. There's an element of doing what needs to be done, but then there's also an element of really loving and drawing into the process of what needs to be done and doing it with such an energy of love that the end result is just so much more of a satisfying and beautiful outcome. So we're really being asked to draw in from all of the resources that are readily available to you. Do it with the process and the energy of really loving and really creating from that process, that the outcome is going to be such a joyful one. Coming with the energy of seeing the beauty in all things, and when you create with that space, it brings a different sort of fruitfulness to the end product, the end result. And remembering that the Empress understands the cycles of putting in the energy and caring for it, and then it comes into fruition within divine timing, and it's not a rushing, it's a place of knowing. We don't need to be impatient or waver our doubt whether it's going to happen. We know that it is going to happen when we put that work in. So we're really wanting to lean into the fruitfulness and the deep knowing and trusting in the process, and feeling the love and pushing in with that space, understanding that the process is to be a joyful one. It's, when you think about somebody that cares for a child, that is just, they care for the child but they have no emotional attachment to the child. There's a different sort of energy than when that child is cared for by their own mother or their grandmother or a family person that has deep reverence for that child. There's a different sort of energy. So you're really being asked to have a deep reverence for the process that you're embarking on at the moment. And the results will be so much more enjoyable. There'll be a joy to it and a fruitfulness to it. The undercurrent energy here is surprise. So you can see this little bird has this surprise that's just suddenly come from an outside source. So be prepared and ready for some sort of surprises along this journey that you're taking from outside sources coming in. Be aware that there will be some good surprises coming in, but you've got to be aware of those surprises. So just keep that in the back of your mind as well. Now, the inner strength to support you in this new direction is the High Priestess, and the undercurrent energy here is the Seven of Wands. So you have this inner strength, which is your inner High Priestess. You need to come from this energy and draw into this inner High Priestess that's there and readily available for you. You need to come to it with a tenacity, not a I think this is what I should be doing, but I'm not really sure. The Seven of Wands is about really standing firm and having the energy of a victoriousness. I know what I believe in. I know where I'm going. And there's no wavering. There's no self-doubt there. It's very firm. And so you're being asked to draw into your inner strength as your inner high priestess. And don't be questioning or self-doubting your inner high priestess. Lean into that Seven of Wands energy where you are assertive within what your inner high priestess, what your inner tuition is telling you, your inner teacher, where it's guiding and telling you. The energy here is to really know yourself and know that what that inner high priestess is telling and guiding you is right, it's correct, and there's no self-doubt. I stand victorious and tenacious in what I believe in and what I know to be true. And I will follow that inner strength with a deep reverence and a deep confidence in where I'm heading now. You have that inner knowledge, just like this little bird has that scroll. You have the knowledge, you have the seeds, and you need to stand tall in believing in yourself that, yes, this is the right path. The releasing point is the Queen of Wands and the tending. So I really feel here that maybe there is a doubt around that inner voice. The Queen of Wands does not doubt herself. So maybe what's needing to be released here is any sort of form of self-doubt that I'm not really sure spiritually or creatively where I'm heading, or that I know. You do know. You need to tend to this inner fire. There's a tending to your inner spiritual knowledge and your inner spiritual belief within yourself that you can be guided by your spiritual antenna. So you really are needing to release any sort of self-doubt that your spiritual antenna is not working right. It is. You need to tend to that self-belief that I am the Queen of Wands. I am the Queen of Wands. I trust my spiritual instincts. They will not set me wrong. This is what needs to be tended to, that inner fire within you. Now the Ten of Swords jumped out at the very beginning of the reading. So you're coming out of a place, you're coming away and coming into a new cycle within your thoughts, your thought processes. We're shedding away. All of these butterflies are flying. All of these self-doubts, sorrow, worry, anxiety, that is a time that is finishing. It is flying, it is going, it is leaving. You're coming into a fresh energy, and you really are being asked to nurture and care and enjoy the process of moving into a new direction and trusting deeply with a real reverence and tenacity in your intuition and your inner high priestess and that Queen of Wands energy, and following your creative and spiritual spark. If you have any doubts, get on top of them, tend to those doubts, tend to that fire, and come back to the sure-footed tenacity of where you're heading, because you know in deep within and drawing upon those deep strengths, those inner strengths, that I am the high priestess of my life, and I have all of the knowledge within me. I'm ready to push forward with this knowledge. The last message here is this little bird. And it's a real indication that this bird could go back to the safety of the cage, or the bird could fly. And it's really encouraging you at this time. You can pause on the cage, because it's scary leaving the familiar. It's scary leaving the safety of what you're used to. But you are beginning and embarking on a new direction and a new journey. You can come back and rest on that familiar and that safety point. But you're also free to fly. You're free to fly now. And it's taking small steps in order to take those big flights, those big journeys. You can always come back to the safety, but you're also free to fly now. I'll just read. The temptation to step back into the known perimeters is strong. So there is that temptation to stay in the safety zone. It is okay to need time, stepping in and out and taking and testing your wings. Your natural instincts will surface again, allowing your inner knowing to be trusted enough to fly your own path. Your natural instincts will surface, which is that inner high priestess and that Queen of Wands energy, and it will allow your inner knowing to be trusted enough to fly your own path. This is a time of movement. This is a time of movement. Okay, beautiful souls, may you be blessed and have a wonderful and joyful day. Enjoy the journey, it's a good one. Okay, bye for now.